I had some serious trouble with this earlier, so. Oh, down more, all right. Cool. How's everybody doing? Good? So, many of you don't know this, but you're actually looking at the most awkward human alive right now. I trip over absolutely nothing due to self-diagnosed wankles, which is weak ankles for those of you with and without a medical degree. I always ask about significant others right after people have broken up. And most recently, this is my favorite, I was meeting my boyfriend's parents for the first time, and I managed to pick the one restaurant in all of DC and time that my boyfriend's father's ex-wife was also at the same time. Even better, she was in the booth right across from us. So while I moonlight as the world's most awkward person, my real passion and calling is in the field of global health. And my calling to this field came when I was just a senior in high school. And yes, I am no longer 17 years old, for those of you who don't know me. I had to complete a project for my senior year in high school. We had some kids that, one kid taught himself how to play guitar, one kid traveled to Italy to shadow an Italian chef. That was a little iffy, and the drinking age is 18. And then my favorite project was a kid that tried to become the next professional go-kart racer, just in Washington State, though. I'm from Seattle, and I'm a go-getter, and I'm very proud to be from Seattle. So I decided that nothing less than a challenge would be acceptable for me for this project. So I pitched to my school that I would travel to Bangkok, Thailand with a locally based organization, PATH. Many of you, I know that some of you from PATH are here tonight. And I would facilitate a sexual ed curriculum there. No problem, right? This is coming from a 17-year-old girl in Seattle whose parents are both journalists with no strong ties to global health. PATH had never worked with anyone under the level of a graduate student before, and I am not a teacher in any shape or form, so absolutely zero conflicts in this. I decided screw it, and I went for it. I found a few connections at PATH and pitched to a few VPs. I remember staying up really late the night before, working on my PowerPoint before I knew how terrible PowerPoint actually was. And I can say that because my dad used to work for Microsoft. I took so long making sure that my animated clip art plane would make it from Seattle to Bangkok on the slide. It took like 2 hours, I'm sure. Anyway, making it through the PowerPoint, the VPs were really intrigued by my proposal and my tenacity and decided that as long as I had a legal guardian, they would allow me to travel to their Bangkok office and work with them on this curriculum. So 3 months flew by, and before I knew it, had my backpack, my bags, I was at the airport, ready to go with my obvious legal guardian for teaching sex ed, my father. So arriving in Bangkok and meeting the staff at PATH and just prepping for the curriculum were quite a blur. I was definitely overwhelmed being so young there. I remember arriving and talking with the staff, and they were very intrigued what this 17-year-old American girl wanted to do here, but they were very eager to work with me on this project, which ultimately attempted to deal with communicating to lower the rate of teenage pregnancy that was so prevalent in Thailand. So I worked with them on creating this curriculum, and it took a few weeks. We went back and forth. I felt like I was kind of in a treaty negotiation with them. The moment I got there, I said, okay, I want to demonstrate putting a condom on a banana. And they said, well, how about no condom on the banana, but you throw in some healthy dialogue between partners? Okay, I'll do the dialogue as long as I can have sexual anatomy word search thrown in there. It kind of went back and forth like this for a few days. Even better, I was sharing a small office with my father while he worked and emailed there, and I was trying super hard not to just search sex in the browser while I was working on the PATH computer. So finally, a few days of back and forth, and we were ready to present to the high school. I was told, and as all trainings go according to plan, that I would be working with 10 to 15 seniors in high school at the local Thai high school that all spoke English. Again, no problem, right? So we showed up, we were greeted by the principal very warmly, and my father is with me, and they usher us into the auditorium to say hello to everyone in the school, and this is K through 12, I think it was. Principal says, "So Elizabeth, tell us a bit about why you're here from America." Oh my gosh. I'm here to help you talk about your feelings. Is that appropriate enough? Luckily, my father came in for the save to describe a little bit more eloquently why we were there. And before I knew it, we were in the classroom. The day absolutely flew by. The students were extremely engaged. They had a great time talking not only amongst themselves, but also communicating with their teachers, because they're one of the central communication points in these dialogues. Ignore the fact that we were dealing with about 40 students, 9th through 12th, and most of them did not speak English, so we had some translators on hand, which was interesting. We got through the day, and after what I felt like was a really successful day, and I felt really comfortable with the students, I gave them an opportunity to do some Q&A with me, just to get to know me. So everyone settles down, we're in a huge circle. I have questions like, "Miss Lizzie, do you have a boyfriend in the US?" And "Miss Lizzie, do you get along with your parents?" And then this one brave soul stood up. I will never forget this little guy. Stands up and in perfect English, did not need a translator at all, just looks at me and very seriously goes, "Miss Lizzie, are you having sex?" Yeah, oh shit. And do you enjoy it? The entire day was about open and honest dialogue, so I'm a pretty open person. I wasn't gonna lie to this kid. Yes, I am having sex, and what I can say is that it gets better with age. There is silence in the crowd, only broken up by my father absolutely laughing his ass off in the back corner. I mean, my goodness, Dad. Oh my gosh, got through that day, but I would just like to say that if I can survive that moment in front of about 40 strangers and my blonde phase, that any of you can survive your most awkward moments in global health. Thank you.